All right. Okay, so here we go. Welcome to Roleplay Cafe. I am Jason, your GM tonight of Dark Age of Man. Joining me, of course, Dell from Roleplay Cafe, Kevin from Monkey Works on YouTube, and Todd McNown from. You don't have a YouTube channel, do you, Todd?
No, I don't have a YouTube channel.
I thought you did.
I'm the odd man out here, eh?
You are the odd man out. Well, trust me, I've dumped my YouTube channel more than once, as all of my wonderful friends will tell you. So I don't think deep down I'm committed to YouTube either, but
I do have a page called Hole in the Toad Studios.
Oh, you do?
Oh. Yes, that's where my art is.
I didn't know that. Well, we're gonna have to. You got to put a link, brother, so I can check that out. How did I not know that? Okay.
I don't talk about it much.
Okay. Well. Today this is also Mental Illness Awareness Month of October, and seeing how my brother is bipolar and schizophrenic, I want to make everyone aware of mental health. So this will be for all of those who have family, friends, or of course who may suffer from some mental health issues. We all at times face, I think, depression or insanity, right, to some degree. So I want to donate. Excuse me. I want to make a note of that this is in a way in the honor of Mental Health October. So, okay, gentlemen, you are en route, the wee hours of the morning, pre-dawn, in the fog, on the River Dredge. You have been tasked by Washburn via the knight, Sir Barsack, Dell's character, who has been put in charge of heading to London via river to hopefully acquire siege weapons in a preemptive move in which there's an anticipation that you may have to assault Van Mort, who is an enemy south of Dredge. You have passed for the last couple of days along Dredge. You've already passed through Van Mort's land on the river without incident. We're into our third morning. And tell me, gentlemen, are you sleeping? What are you doing? You tell me where you're at in the wee hours of the morning on these boats.
All right. Axton will be huddled up in the bow of his fishing boat that he's in with Peter and Simon, and maybe a cloak wrapped around him, trying to keep the chill morning air out.
Okay.
All right.
That is, yep, okay. How about you, Sir Bursock?
I'm tending my horse, which I brought along to be ferried down with us.
Oh, he is a knight.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not on that boat.
That's right.
In calming him down. Yeah.
Okay.
Enjoying the vista as I'm scanning the riverside.
Okay.
Friar Holden is sitting near the back of the boat conducting his morning prayers.
Nice. It will be a crack, a bellow that first alarms Axton in the second boat as young Simon bolts awake, again, assuming Axton's eyes fully open now as he looks about the air above them, as he hears the roar and the crack of some ungodly beast of who knows where above you in the darkness. It is still dark and it is thick fog, but you hear this roar and crack, maybe the sound of wings. Meanwhile, of course, Friar, it interrupts your prayers to hear this as well. And Sir Barsock, you as well hear this, but again, in the distance behind you, as it clearly is behind both boats, coming from the north-south, above you somewhere.
All right. Okay. I'll throw off my cloak and pick up my shield and short spear and have them at the ready for whatever is out there.
Okay.
Right.
Let's make a average mind check for you, sir, as you look about in the darkness. D20 plus mind, whatever your
18.
mind is.
18.
Sweet. You pick it up as it passes down. You see it on the horizon as it just comes into view. when it hits that window of horizon there, where it's dark sky and dark horizon line, it hits that window, and you see now it looks like a giant flying bat, or maybe a lizard of some kind, and it is coming down the river, approaching you. It's probably a mile and a half or so, and at times you see it. You see what appears to be snaps or sparks of fire, maybe, but it's hard to make out details whether this is the head or whatever. But you can see it flying, very deliberately large, slow bursts of wing flutter.
I will call my companion's attention to where I see this creature, pointing with my spear. All right, making sure that they know where it is. All right.
Yep. Everybody can see it, of course, when he points it out.
I'm pulling the horse. Its nostrils is flared, and it's tossing about a bit on the boat. So I'm just trying to hold down, boy. And I'm looking off in the distance to where Axton is pointing. What do you see?
And I tell him.
You guys are in. How close are these two boats, by the way?
Probably, I would say there's probably 100 yards between the two of you.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Large winged creature with sparks and flame shooting out of its mouth or something, about a mile down the river, coming in low.
Simon, of course, squealing to his father, well, what do we do? And Peter begins to bark at you, Axton, land ho, and begins to steer the river vessel toward the shore. Do you want to correct that, or do you...
Boatman, to the shore.
Yeah. How far out from the shore are we?
Oh, this is a fairly wide, slow, deep river. It'll take you 5 minutes to get from the middle of the river to the shore, probably. Mm-hmm. Now, what bank?
Left bank.
Okay, left bank. Okay. So Peter's steering it that way. He barks at Simon, and Simon adds a pole to this as they're paddling and pushing right. And this river is flowing south, so it's fairly easy to maneuver and navigate once you get it pointed in the direction you want.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know. So you will see this, of course, Sir Barsack and Friar Holden. You will see the Peter's boat behind you, now headed for the left bank. As very quickly now you can see breath of fire get larger as this creature gets closer. You can now see it coming in and out of its closed jaws, through its crooks in its mouth, right? Balls of fire, right?
And are these fishing boats, they have sails?
They do, but they're not necessarily being used right now, right? I mean, they could be equipped for sailing, but on the river, they usually use poles or paddles, right? It's a fishing boat, so they don't go very far.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another pole or oar or anything
Yes,
that
sir.
I can
Yep.
pick up
Whatever
and
you
help
need.
with?
Yep.
So I'll assist Peter and Simon to get us to the shore as quickly as possible.
Okay. Okay.
Friar, tend the horse. And I'm looking, it's moving around. And I'm grabbing a pole or an oar and helping the boys, Jack and Joshua, toward the shore.
As you get very close, Simon is actually out of the boat, swimming for shore as this thing roars and dives onto the back end of Peter's vessel, exploding flames from his mouth. You, sir, need to make a roll for me. This is a nigh impossible roll, sir, in combat.
Who are you talking to me?
You,
Yeah,
You're
on the
talking
back.
to me?
Yes, Axton.
All right.
As he spews flames and fire,
And
thanks
what
to
is
your
it?
random
What is
seed
it?
roll.
It's body?
Yes. Well, it's if you want to use. It depends. Do you want to use your mind, your spirit, or your body for combat? How are you preparing?
Approaching or responding to it. Yeah.
Jason.
Yes, sir.
So the creature is catching up to the rear boat, right?
He's caught it. Yes.
And that boat steered off first.
Yeah, that boat is almost to shore. Simon's gone into the drink to swim to shore. The boat's very close. Yeah. You
'Cause
guys
one of my-
are close, but you're 100 yards further away.
Because
Downstream.
one of my thoughts was, now Sir Barsak's not going to like this, but one of the thoughts that Holden had was that this creature looks like it's he's seen eagles before, so he's assuming this is like an eagle looking for food, and he was thinking of this horse that he's tending maybe taking a jump off the boat to be bait.
Well, the horse is going to get out of control here in about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Holden was thinking of giving the horse a little jab and seeing if it'll jump off the boat
Okay.
to
do
distract the creature before it gets to.
I'm paddling.
Yep.
You just have to deal with my reaction if we live.
It won't
through this.
take much because this horse, of course, is already nervous. As it heard this crack, it can sense it, right? So the horses doesn't take much for it to scramble out and off the deck into the drink. Okay.
Because that's what I'm trying to draw attention to it. So rather than focusing on the boats, the creature sees the horse.
Okay.
Well, the last thing I told you was grab the horse, so
Exactly.
my attention is otherwise.
Okay. So we're going to lower that difficulty from nigh impossible now to hard, as he has cut its attention, right, also
Slightly,
toward
okay.
the other boat. He's
All
still
right.
blowing fire, but now he's lifting his head, looking down at the other boat.
Right.
So
And-
it's made it easier for you.
Okay. It's made it easier for me to now to jump into the river
Sure.
and
Okay.
make for shore.
Beautiful. Okay. So
All right.
now we're going to lower that one more time. So make another roll. So now you're going to go from nigh impossible to hard to difficult, right?
Oh wait, there's challenging. In between
Well,
hard
no,
and difficult.
well, yeah, and on your list, yes, but in
Okay,
our
okay.
book, it's not. So, but that's okay.
Okay.
Just
So-
roll
Difficult? Okay.
and add body.
Oh, nice. 20.
Okay, beautiful.
All right.
So that is a critical success. Okay, so you just tell me the critical success means you will not only will you not suffer a wound, right? But I would say in doing so, you can't really wound it when you're diving into the water. But I think what
No,
you'll do is end up saving Peter and the boat, right?
Saving Peter and the boat.
Well, yeah,
It's up to you exactly
Yeah.
what you're.
it's exactly it's your critical success.
Because Simon had already jumped in the water, right?
Yeah, Simon was swimming to
Okay, and I'm imagining this creature's got some weight to it, and when it landed on the back of the boat, it caused the bow to rise up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Huge. Yeah, huge.
And so, and where's Peter?
Peter's still pushing the thing, trying to get to shore.
Okay,
He's
now
still
would I be
driving
able,
with us?
with that sort of roll, would I have been able to just kind of grab him by the scruff
Yep.
of the neck
Sure.
and pull him with me, and we go off the bow of the boat,
Right.
so that actually, because the bow's up a bit, we got a
Catapulted.
sight line, right?
Yep.
It's blocked, so the creature can't see us after we go over that.
Right.
Drop straight down in.
Beautiful.
I try and hold him down under the water as long as we can, and
Okay.
get as much distance from the fishing boat before we surface.
Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful. You got it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys
then
see
make it
this,
initial.
you see this creature land. You see it start to bellow flame. Of course, it is as it tips the boat up. You see your friends topple in. You guys can see this, of course, because you're on this side of the boat. And the horse, of course, scurrying into the river as this lifts off the boat now and is flying now toward your boat, looking for this creature that's jumped into the drink. This horse.
Okay. I'm paddling relentlessly
Okay.
with Jack and Joshua barking out orders. Faster! The demon is upon us.
Mhm.
But I
Make
just hear him
a
splash.
make a fair body check, and we'll see if you get to shore on this turn.
It's 9.
9. I think that is good, right? So you actually, with his help, the other two's help, you guys hit the banks. The boat slides up onto the bank as you're now into the trees. However, this creature's still coming for you, or at least for your area. You, of course, pop out of and catch your breath, Axton, with Peter as you look about and you realize you floated downstream a little ways in this river. You can't control totally as you were under. And Simon, now as you pop up, look about, he's a little farther away from you as he got to shore. Your boat, of course, floating in the middle, cattywampus. It's not been damaged a whole lot. It's just in the middle of the river, kind of bouncing and floating, bobbing along. You can see above you as this creature now is headed towards your friends.
Okay, so I'll motion to Peter that to Simon or Peter, whichever one's with me, and we'll make our way to whichever one is on the shore there.
Simon, yeah, his
Simon.
son.
Okay,
Okay, so
Simon,
you guys
okay.
swim to the
Yeah,
and
we'll
you
be
can
swimming
get there.
towards
You can get there on this turn easy, right?
Okay.
Just
that's what we're doing.
hitting the, unless you're wearing heavy armor, which I don't think either one. I don't
No,
think anybody
leather.
here is wearing heavy armor, right? Okay.
Just me.
Just,
Oh.
As luck would have it. Yeah.
Oh.
Chainmail.
ooh, yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Bad
Well,
enough that it would be a modifier, right? Okay, so this creature now, the horse is splashing about. Remember, this is a deep, wide. The horse can't get its its feet down, so this thing is neighing, whinnying, and it's drawing the attention of this huge winged, leathery winged creature as it dips down, snatches this horse out of the river, and heads off into the dark. Apparently happy with its acquisition
I've
morning
strode
food.
halfway into the river while it was doing this to try to grab the horse, and then it picks
Okay,
up that horse and flies off, and I'm,
right.
laying there,
Okay.
just kind of in disbelief.
The boat's
wait a minute.
bobbing, floating. Of course, everybody's, the reality is none of you have seen anything like this in your lives yet, right?
Yeah.
And it disappears into the darkness further to the east, right? Simon meets you guys on the shore. As you guys can now see Dell as their boat slowly in the middle of the rivers floating
Yeah, I'm
down.
going to redirect, as soon as I pull my head away from the retreating horse and winged beast, and before the boat slips by, I'm going to try to grab a hold of some rope or as far as
Okay.
I've stepped into a little bit. I've got chainmail on, so I'm wetting. I'll turn around and say, Jack, Joshua, boatman, over here. Let's
Okay.
retrieve her. And then I'm trying to grab a hold of a rope,
Okay.
which I got a 20 on that.
Whoa, nice. So
Okay.
critical success. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I grab it and loop it around my hand and whatever, hold on long enough for them to come and help me do the tug of war. And then it obviously, it's in a little bit of a bend of the river where the boat slips to the side and slides in, and it comes to rest right on the edge of the
Okay.
thing. So we saved that one.
Okay.
Now, as far as the other one, I don't know.
Yeah, and you guys are only about 100 yards. Well, not quite 100, about 75 yards where you floated onto shore. On the same
Yeah.
side, you can just walk down the riverbank and join your group if you want to, Axton. As Peter and Simon rejoice that they haven't lost their boat, neither one of them are hurt. They embrace. And Peter says to you, Axton, that is a creature like I have never seen before. What are we about?
I know not what this is myself. I've never seen anything like it.
Fortunately, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, fortunately, Sir Barsak's fed it its breakfast.
Yes.
I look at you and growl at, overhearing it. And then turn back away. You, Friar, you know of such beast?
Not a.
Some demon from hell.
That is not one of Godly's creatures. Not that I have seen in my travels. Thankfully, it found an alternative meal to us. It looked hungry.
The good Lord deemed us worthy of being spared. Oh,
Well, you
okay,
guys, believe it or not, have survived the first random seed. So I need
Yeah.
one of you to roll 3d6 for me for this next random seed.
you can do that, Kevin, if I need somebody to blame.
Just
if that's
3d6.
wrong.
I need
All
someone to
right,
blame.
a 4, and a 1.
9?
9.
9.
Ah,
Sweet spot.
very interesting. Okay. This is a new random seed. I've never used one like this. So this is new. This is interesting. Okay.
I got a question though. Now, Peter and Simon's boat, it's still floating out there in the river?
No. Dell hooked
Oh.
it with a rope.
Well,
Oh,
I
okay.
hooked Jack just to, the one I was on was Jack and not to split hairs. I think he was on the Peter and Simon, the boat that went up and was
Right.
torn into by the winged
Right.
beast.
Right.
So yeah, it's Jack and old boy is happy about her saving the boat,
Right.
technically.
Right.
But
Yeah. So you've got them both now. You haven't investigated the condition of Peter's boat, but they are at least on this side. They are under your control. Yeah.
All right.
Peter may run to it and look it over pretty good and give feedback. He tells you it doesn't look too badly worn. There are some scorch marks, and on the back end there where its claws landed and grabbed the back half, you can see where huge talons have put marks and holes into the side of the back end of this boat. But other than that, it appears to be
seaworthy.
Yes. I'll run my fingers along where the claw marks are, those huge claw marks in the wood, and just really be thankful that we survived this encounter.
Mm-hmm.
It could have gone far worse for us, my friends.
Axton, you did well saving the man.
I did what anyone would have done under these circumstances. Thank you.
It's too close. All right. I'm going to pitch in and help in any way possible to, look over the boats and see if we can get them. Yeah, as soon as everybody gets their bearing, get back on track. All right.
Yeah, I mean, they're for the most part ready to go. Peter and Simon look it over pretty good, and it doesn't again nothing major done damage. And of course, your boat, you just went right to shore, so there was no Jack's boat.
All right.
Excuse me, Joshua's boat.
This shore that we're on, is this Van Mort's?
This is the left side, so this is the west side, right?
Yeah.
You said the left beach. Yep.
Yeah.
This is well for what tell me if any of you have been. Have any of you been this far south?
I haven't.
Okay, so you're not certain if you had to pass through Van Mort's land, but you're not certain if you're out of Van Mort's land, right? And you certainly don't know who lives south of Van Mort. I mean, not personally, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Holden is originally from London, but had gone off on his travels for the church.
Okay.
He may not know the
exactly
names of the names of various rulers or what have you. He's not of a person who would be concerning himself with that. He's more worried about the local people.
Yeah, you would probably know where there's certain churches and abbeys and things like that, right?
Right.
Yeah, but you wouldn't necessarily care what fiefdom they fall under, right?
Exactly. That's of
right.
No consequence. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, Joshua says we are still a half day from the Thames.
Well,
back in the river.
I think we should.
Okay. Sir
Barsock, secure the equipment. And
as you Barsock, begin to get back in the boat and head, you realize that among your horse's saddlebags was a codicil that the king gave to you directly to deliver to King Edmund, a sealed codicil.
Okay, I'm searching around the boat expectantly. I didn't get a good enough view of the beast, the winged beast taking off the horse. But hopefully, do I see anything in the boat?
Yeah, let's make a hard look here to find out if it's available or if you see it. 20. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yes, fortunately you spot it in your saddlebags floating as it fell off the horse as they took the horse away. It's floating in the river. You just spot maybe some gleam of light off of its buckle or something.
Yeah, yonder, boatman, steer this way. And I'm grabbing out one of the oars or one of the, the long sticks to latch hold of it and draw it into me.
And Peter and Simon are driving their boat off the edge, calling to you, Axton. We best go. They're already well ahead of us. And into the boat as Simon and Peter push off with poles.
I'll get into the boat. Take a position on the bow.
You were able to fish this saddlebag out of the river once you get close enough with this pole. and you have collected this, and in it, of course, is your gear, or at least what gear you stored in it with this
Yeah.
codicil. Okay.
Okay, great.
Later, you can tell me whether you broke the seal to look at it yourself, or whether you're going to deliver it unaffected. Right.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that it's okay. And,
Right.
And put it back in the bag.
Right.
Let the bag dry out. Put it in a place where it will. Hopefully the sun comes out soon. And I set about nervously, or at least anxiously surveying the landscape, or more so the skyline, and helping move that boat forward.
Yeah, the sun's coming up. It's so it was pre-dawn, but it's beginning to come
Yeah.
up. It's low in the sky from the east, of course, and no sign of this winged creature. It obviously got what it wanted and settled somewhere in the distance. There are trees among this area. You are now kind of out of the bogs of Dredgewater. You've climbed up. I don't say climbed up. The land is climbed up. The river's cut through this island. It's not so much downhill flow so much as it is a soft current, but you're starting to see trees, midline trees. They block both shores pretty well. You spot from as the sun begins to come up on the west side, you do see local villagers and docks that are small villages that are probably very much like Dredgewater. There's guys throwing their lines in, getting their boats ready. You pass actually a few boats as you float down the river. These guys are out fishing pre-dawn, right? Doing a lot of their fishing. And of course, Axton, you spot on the far side, the west side, as you do, you see at one point there are a group of men, horsebacks. Hard to see them quite at this. They are lit fairly well because the sun's coming up in the east, so they're lit fairly well. They're dressed in a particular garb of high quality gear. It is not. There's no heraldry that you recognize. The knight might want to check heraldry of these gentlemen, but there's about 6 of them with horses, and they appear to be acquisitioning a barge as you guys float by, right?
Okay, and I'm seeing this too, right? Okay.
Yeah, you all do, but
Okay.
but Axton sees it first, yeah, basically. But you would all see this stuff going on around you, right?
Yeah.
Again, I'll call I don't know that they can see that, so I'm calling their attention to it.
Okay.
Okay, 18.
18?
Yeah.
You recognize these guys as mercenaries, and they are well known to be paid well. It's well known that these mercenaries are Von Mort's paid men.
In his employ, yeah.
Mm.
You can see as you float by, 50 yards downstream, as you watch them, their horses on barge, etc., and the barge sets out in the river and begins to float down, following you down, right?
I ask Peter if he thought putting the sails up at this point would be beneficial to get us some distance between the barge and ourselves.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir,
Mike.
Axton. Simon, let's get the sails up, and they begin to unfurl and crank or pull ropes as
I
as
see
you guys
sails
see
drop.
these sails pop up, and you hear Peter yell to Joshua and Jack something in their maritime fishing jargon, right? And they're doing the same. They're popping up the sails,
Yeah.
pulling, and you
I'm
guys catch a nice.
I'm helping do it or whatever like that in boat, and let him run to the side, getting him to move over a little bit and let's,
Holden's going to sit and pray for, because you said the mercenaries are on a barge, right? They wouldn't have a sail.
No, sir. It's this kind of barge that moves people across the river, so you can put horses and wagons on it. So it's a large barge that they would cross normally, but this hits mid river and then starts. They're instead of crossing, they're in the mid river. It looks like they're coming down river, right? Whether they're following you or not, who knows? Because you passed them, right?
So Holden would like to do a prayer with not so much an expectation that it'll work, but a hope. Pray for a strong wind as he sees the sails go up to help move us along.
Nice. Make a check for me. Just make a die 20, add spirit.
13.
Okay. So suddenly you're moving quickly and you guys feel a nice, cool morning breeze. It breaks the fog. Fog begins to burn off.
Dissipate. Yeah.
And you guys are moving now to clip. And it isn't long before you realize they're not even in sight, right? You guys are now clipping right down the river, full bore. The barge is now out of sight.
Okay, yeah, I told him the boatman to move it to the side and let the other one catch up so we could be abreast. And I call over to Axton. Axton, you have a good eye. You saw the same as I. Von Mort's
Yes.
mercenaries.
I'm not going to tell you that I didn't know that was the case, but
Oh yeah, no,
I didn't know that.
That's fine.
But I'd like
You just playing off that, but I'm taking you in confidence like that.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's great. All right. So you've raised up repute in
Yes.
my eyes at least.
Yes.
All right.
Ooh.
Keep on your guard. Put the boy at watch in the back. And Friar, you too. Stay at the ready.
All right.
Simon stumbles to the back of the boat as is his wont as you guys are talking, and his father had whispered something to him while you guys were talking, and Simon ends up overboard, splash into the drink.
Oh.
And splashing about, and of course you're moving now at a great clip. Simon is now overboard, splashing about, and very quickly you're 50 yards from Simon in the speed of this, with the speed of these sails.
Holden jumps overboard to go for the child.
Okay, so
cut the sails.
Cut the sails. Okay, and the boat slides as Simon is now paddling toward the west. Right, you've cut the sails, and he's trying to paddle the boat to the west. You're out of the boat into the water, swimming toward the boy. And he floats. He can pretty much meet you pretty quick because he's floating downstream as you're kind of swimming toward him.
Yeah.
Again, now Axton, Peter's got the boat almost to the west shore in preparation to pick up Simon.
All right.
All right, so
Now you're going downstream with Joshua and Jack, full bore.
Oh no, I'm telling them to cut the sails
Okay.
in the same
Okay.
respect and helping them too. And
Headed west.
Yeah, well, at least trying to angle that boat like that to
Okay.
provide a catch basin for them when they're coming down. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe snag the
And if I've caught up with
Right.
Simon in the water,
Yep.
him and I are going to start making our way towards the shore.
Okay. Make a mind check here for me, Kevin, with the boy when you get hold of him.
19.
Yeah, there's a particular look of terror on his face that isn't commiserate with a veteran fishing, with a child who fishes regularly. He's probably fallen in the drink more than once. There's something in his eyes as he makes eye contact with you that is wholly not legit.
So him and I I'll softly speak to him and just let him know that the beast is gone and that I'm here to help him swim. Many fishermen don't know how to swim.
no,
Right.
From a maritime background, myself,
Right.
a lot of fishermen don't swim. They stay in that damn boat.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
They know if they go in, they're going to
That's
freeze
right.
to death anyways.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
What the water takes, the water
Right.
keeps.
So
Right.
I'm assuming that his fear is coming either from the sight of the beast prior or from being in the water. So I'm just trying to comfort him on those and leaving an open ear in case he has anything.
Okay,
else
now
to
you're
say.
closer to the eastern shore where you fell out of the boat or dived out of the boat than you are the western. Now Peter took the boat to the western, and of course Dell's boat's kind of cutting him off. But I don't know. Do you want to try to swim the boy across the river to the west, or what do you want to do? As you are.
When he was in the water and was splashing about, was he trying to get to a particular side himself?
It happened so fast, it's hard to say in the current whether he was even swimming, right?
Okay. Then we'll go to the closest shore.
Okay, to the eastern shore. Okay.
Yeah.
As he realizes that his father is headed west and you're taking him east, he gets a little panicky and starts screaming, "This is not. I cannot. My father, he's on the other side. I cannot be here." And Axton, you notice Peter rummaging around in the front of the boat as it starts to float up and dock. He's in the bow of the front of the boat, digging through stuff.
What are you doing, Peter?
He looks up and says, "Oh, I'm just preparing to anchor the boat here at the shore." And you see him rummaging around. At your feet is the rope and anchor, which is not where he's rummaging around. So again, there's something fishy about his.
All right, so I'm gonna stride over towards him and again grab him by the scruff of the neck and yank him back from whatever he's digging in, and through my teeth tell him, the anchor's back there, right? And what is it you're looking for here?
You have prestige. Make a body and prestige intimidation check. So you're going to add those two. Yes, sir.
Okay. 5.
Yeah, he looks at you and says, I've just misplaced my anchor from the attack of the beast. I just want to anchor my ship.
Yes.
You hear Simon yelling, of course, as you get to the shore, and once you're up and the kid is safe, he's yelling to his father, "Father," across the way. You see, of course, as you float in close to their boat on the western shore, you can see the barge now catching up, and they're maneuvering it toward your boats.
Axton.
Yes.
Okay. I'm taking that. I've already didn't say it, but I wanted to try to shadow and get Jack and Joseph to turn that boat so we could catch the friar with the boy as they're coming downstream. But they've obviously reached.
Yeah, they went to the other shore, so they're literally like across from you on the other shore.
Did we reach the shore yet, by the way?
Yeah, Once you got on shore, he started yelling for his dad.
Okay, which boat is closer to Simon?
Well, Simon's on the other shore with the friar. So
Peter, this is what I'm saying. I wanted to direct it to shadow them.
Well, we've got to get them and then get out of here.
So you want your boat on the east side?
Yeah. That's where I would have been looking at him, focused on where he was going.
I got you. So you actually are maneuvering the boat to wherever he took the boy. I missed that. I'm sorry.
For a pickup.
I got you. Yeah. So you're on the west. That would not be hard. Probably 25 yards from them. Once you're farther downstream because you were moving quicker.
Yeah.
Right. But you're on the western.
Friar, bring the boy.
Okay.
So I'm going to mention to Simon, we will meet with your father shortly. Let's get onto this boat, and then we can transfer once we're both back on the water.
Okay. All right. Axton, you're keeping an eye, of course, on Peter and this barge as you see them drawing bows, and they appear to be moving. The barge is moving, and they're trying to angle it over toward that shore where Peter jammed the boat in. But you can see them now trying to draw some kind of bead on how they might get arrows onto you.
And I'm going to implore Peter to get the sails back up again and push off.
Okay.
And I will get my shield up in anticipation of any incoming arrows.
Okay.
Right.
So make
over myself and him.
Right.
Okay,
interesting. Okay. So make an average roll as when you do that, as you're shielding him, he pushes you away, and 2 steps is out of the boat onto the shore and running into the trees. So you're going to have to make an average roll as these arrows come down, right? Which is 10. 14. Yep. Okay. So these arrows off your shield into the deck of the boat as he's. It would have been an easier roll for you, but he pushed you as he abandoned you, right?
He abandoned me.
He pushed you away and jumped off the boat.
He jumped off the bow of the boat and ran into the trees. Did Peter, right?
Oh, great!
But none of the arrows take purchase, right? You were able to save yourself. The barge is getting closer. They're still in range.
I jump over the edge of the boat, and I'm beckoning, the friar closer, and I'm wanting to provide. I'll step out in front of them as they pass me, and then backpedal, retreat onto the boat to get while yelling at Jack, whatever. Ready the boat, here they come.
And you want to take the boat across?
They're Von mercenaries, and once we get on the boat, once they're stowed away, I'll help him set sail or whatever, pull the sail up, and then try to get back at the other. And that's when I'll turn around and take note of Axton, what's going on with him, you know?
Now, are you waiting for the friar and the boy to return to your boat then? Is that it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've jumped off to, you know, because I see this arrows coming. I want to be in between them and any arrows that could be fired at them
Okay.
as I'm backing up, you know.
Okay. Well, they
Is
appear
there-
to be
is there-
preoccupied with the eastern shore right now, or the western shore, excuse me. No, eastern
Okay.
shore. Yeah.
About how far, how wide is this river?
Oh, 75 yards, 100 yards wide. It's wide,
Okay.
deep, and slow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I could still see them coming. So that was my whole thing. I didn't know where they was going to be
Yeah.
fired or who they was going to be fired at. So once they get on, I'll turn it over and then start looking toward the other boat.
Okay.
And
Yeah, and
obviously
that
to see
barge
Axton
is
there.
coming. They tally their arrows upon your boat as you cross back into the lane.
Yeah.
And make a roll here again. Fair. Do you have a shield?
No, I do not. I've got.
Ooh.
I'm telling the boy Friar, you know.
Did Simon see his father take off away?
No, the boy's crying, and you almost have to keep a hand on him and tug him along as he's trying to see across the river. He did see them fire arrows upon his father's boat. He may not know what's happened to his father. He's crying. He is resisting to some degree. There's something clearly hostile toward you. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like, control that child. We're trying to.
So I'm just gonna kind of stop for a moment in our movement and grab Simon by both shoulders and say, and tell him, Axton will protect your father. We need to get to the boat, or we're all doomed.
But you do not understand. Those men are here for Axton.
They're here for Axton. Well, then the safest place is with you to come with me to our boat.
But my father, he's stuck with Axton.
Axton is skilled, and for now he'll protect your father. We can sort out.
This wasn't how it was supposed to be. And he'll begrudgingly go along with you.
And
right?
so in his mind, Holden's starting to put the pieces together and feeling like he's been betrayed. Like maybe these fishermen have been setting them up.
Mm-hmm.
So when he gets back to the boat, he's going to be keeping an eye on both Joshua and Jack in case they're also in on it, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can get a moment at some point to whisper a word of warning to Barsak, he will.
Yeah, Barsak's in the midst of shouting orders and
right.
pull the anchor and set the sail and doing this and looking out over there as well as Barsak as we go across. Our
now just make a fair roll as arrows come down at random.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit the boat and they hit
Splash
things,
about.
but they don't hit any of you, right? Okay, Axton. Now they're firing across now at them as they come as they're climbing on the boat, but this barge now hits shore about 40 yards from you, and they're spurring. Two of them on the horses spur their horses off onto the shore and are riding toward your boat on the shore.
And we're
the other four are two of them are still training arrows, trying to decide what to do. There's still two others with horses that you can't quite make out what decision they're doing, but two are offshore coming toward you on horseback.
There's a tree line.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm going to make my way quickly towards the tree line in the direction that Peter went.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
I can't pilot this boat, and my options are running slim here, so I'm going to make my way for the tree line.
Okay. And you want to literally pursue him or look for cover or hide?
Cover first.
Okay. So let's make a normal check here real quick using your mind as you look for quality hideout, right?
And 9.
Okay, I think that's still with your mind still good enough, right?
No, my mind's nothing.
Dang. Okay. Oh, right. You have so you definitely needed a little more. Okay, so you're running through still looking. I mean, it is not that you fail at that. You're just not finding cover. In other words, they're going to probably be able to continue to follow you as you run through the woods. You are able to, of course, as the barge has now taken hold, you guys can see these horses disembark and take off toward your friend as your boat almost gets to the other shore, right? And Friars had an opportunity to share with you that there's something amiss. Simon has led the Friar, right? You said you wanted to tell this to.
Yeah, he's trying to tell me.
I want to basically let Barsack know that maybe not all that we've traveled with on this journey have the same goals that we do, and that I fear the promise of coin may have swayed Peter and Simon, possibly Joshua and Jack, to have these mercenaries come upon us. It may not be an act of God that these mercenaries have found us. It may be an act of coin.
When you're imparting this information to me, Barsack is so totally kind of focused on initially what's going on, because he's seeing them disembark and run on horses, and he's seeing Axton run, and he knows it's a chase. But I do, for a second, something clicks with me. You'll notice I look at you, and I look across at the other two, and look of paranoia, and then I look at you again and understand. Boatman, get to the other shore.
Okay.
Axton, make your way to the shore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're almost to that shore. The other two you see mount up, and they're disembarking as well. The other two still fire, so you need to make another fair for me.
Yeah.
Test to see if any arrows hit any of you by accident.
11.
You can roll too as well, Kevin, to see if any of these would have potentially hit you or the boy.
What do I add to it? My body or
yeah, or spirit. If I mean, God is watching out for you, Friar.
Okay, I got an 11.
Okay, so that's again, these arrows hit the deck, they hit the boat, they hit the sails, the masts, but nobody takes I mean, these guys just launch a couple into trying to find somebody, right? You now, Axton, are racing through the woods. You do see ahead of you, not far, Peter. At some point, looks like he's standing there, and when he sees you coming, he looks about, turns on his heel, and he takes off, thinking you're after him, right?
Right. Oh, well, and I can see the other boat making its way towards my shore.
Running through the woods, away from the river, away from the horses, probably.
I've called him. So
you can hear. I mean, you can hear the night, so you know they're closer. But you haven't. I mean, unless you stop to look back, right? You can't.
Right.
It's up to you.
You probably hear just something inaudible.
Yeah. I'll look back and see if I can make them out.
Yeah, they're not. Right. Again, his boat is very close to the shore. You do then, out of the corner of your eye, see the other two horses disembark, but the trees then obscure which way they're headed. But you hear now galloping close up onto your heels are these two horses.
All right. So I quickly look over at Peter, and I kind of point my spear at him and just kind of give him that look like, not today, but one day, right? And then I quickly break and run towards the shore to try and get.
Friar's going to talk to Simon. And as we're coming up to the shore, just basically say, did you sell us out for coin? And do you wish to follow your cowardly father, or stay here and make penance for what you've done? This is your one choice. Choose now.
I did not accept coin, but they have paid. They have paid us, but more so, and they would spare our life if we aided them in slowing your progress.
So do you choose to follow your father, or will you stay with us and make penance for what you've done?
Well, I must know where my father is.
And so Holden will say, we'll tell him, I hope God follows you and that you learn from this, and gives him a little push off the side, so he kind of lands into the shallows of the water.
Right. Splashing and spluttering, sobbing. He takes off toward just off into the woods. Now, Axton, though, you had said you turned your heel and came back toward the shore, toward the horsemen that are.
No, towards where the boat was coming toward.
So you're kind of turning a U-turn back toward his the other boat.
The other boat. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Making a run for that.
Okay. Yeah. So let's make a fair as they on these horseback. They just turn these horses, and they're trying to cut you off. So again, you can either defend yourself with a shield as they ride by, or you can attempt to wound
Oh
the
yeah,
horse.
that's
or them.
that's what I'll do. I'll be trying to protect myself with the shield up.
Okay. So
Okay.
make a fair roll. If you succeed,
To the body, that's 10.
okay.
So yes, that should be
Yes, nice. So you feel really right on your heels as you reach back, covering and hiding your exposed side. You feel something hit the shield as the horse passes you and then reels. And you can see it out of the corner of your eyes. Now he reels the horse around. The other horse, you're not certain, as you can hear it, but you don't know exactly whether it's right behind you. The other one is wheeling around.
I'm unsheathing
Okay.
my sword whenever we hit that.
Yeah, I mean, you're
land.
you're close enough to just step into the.
That's what I mean. As soon as
Both you
but
and the
I'm
fire.
I'm looking at Jack and whatever, and I say, by God, if you betray us, I'll run you through. And then I am like that, and then jump over the edge into the water,
Okay.
and then start running toward Axton.
Okay.
Axton, this way, and I'm running through the woods. Okay.
Yeah, and you can see these two horses. You can actually see the ones wheeling around on him as he's coming toward
Okay.
you, and the other horse appears to be chasing Peter down. So it's come off. One of them's come off on Axton. The other one has come off on Peter.
Oh,
right?
good.
They've
Good.
diverged as he's going after
Okay.
Peter.
Good.
The other two horses are coming directly down toward you as you step off onto the shore. They're coming down the shore.
To me, yeah.
Yeah, so there's right now 3 horsemen close in on you guys here in this
Right.
spot.
I will.
Did any of the horsemen spot Simon as he makes it to shore?
They don't, just the one that appears to be chasing them that broke off of Axton.
What? Okay, I thought that one was chasing Peter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is.
What did you say,
Yeah.
Simon? No, Simon is disappeared off into the brush. Nobody
Okay.
appears to be paying any mind to the boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed it. Yeah, Peter is who I was thinking of. Yeah, no, Simon just runs off into the brush. Nobody appears to be concerned with the boy.
As that horseman, I guess, tries to cut me off, I'm gonna just drop my shield and then throw the short spear at the horse. Okay. And keep running at the same time. As soon as I throw it, I'm running towards the horse too, because I'm hoping I'm going to hit.
Right.
They're going to go down, and I'm going to be on top of that.
Beautiful. That's a
There you
fair. That is a fair try. Pretty simple stuff.
Okay. Oh no, 5. Oh.
What? Okay, so somehow the horse,
Nice.
somehow in yours is because you're also trying to chase your throw. You know, you're slightly over, right? You release it at the
Yes,
top end of the
yes.
arc, and it
Yeah.
clears the top of the horse. He wheels, and the horse rears, and he slides off the horse. As the horse comes down and gallops away, he slides off, lands on his feet, draws his sword,
Okay.
and half hands, right? It's a sword and a half, and stands there now, telling you you are a lot easier than we had anticipated.
Well, I'm still running, I guess, at this point. So. Okay, I tell you what.
Do you turn and run?
No. I'm running towards him,
Okay.
full barrel. And
Right.
I think what I'm going to try and do
Tackle him at
is,
the knees.
tackle him at the knees.
Okay.
Right.
You,
And
you still got the shield in your hands, right?
I still
Yeah.
do have the shield in my hand.
Shield
so
bash.
So
I
how
could I could shield that bash.
so
That's
how
what I'm gonna do.
combat works is you just narrate your attack.
Yeah.
If you win, you
Yeah.
continue to narrate how you wound him, and you continue the rest of the attack. And
All
when you
right.
lose, I then narrate how he hurt you, or vice versa. Right?
Okay.
Pretty
Well,
simple.
I'm thinking he's got a big sword, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's slow. So I'm going to try and time my attack. I'm going to give him an opportunity to take in the swing.
Okay.
But what I want to do is pretty much take the edge of my shield and into his throat.
Nice. Nice. Okay, he is a average contestant here, so you're needing an average score. Add your combat to this.
My combat. Okay.
I think your combat
Yeah, I got
is
it.
a
Combat's
2 or
4.
4. Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, I rolled a 4.
Okay, as long as it
Makes
ain't a 1.
It's 8.
Okay, so he manages to deftly step aside, and as you kind of stumble by, he just leaves his sword there as you kind of cut your own ribs along, along his blade. So that's one wound.
Yes. One wound.
He rears back around, brings it up above his head, and he's stepping into a overhand chop.
Roll, Todd.
So roll, buddy, to see who continues this combat.
What, just roll? Just straight
Yeah,
roll?
yeah, because now we're determining there's no stalemate. What'd you get?
Oh! Oh!
So as you're recovering from this slice in the ribs, and you're realizing that your back is to him, he comes down hard on the back of your skull, down your spine, doing 2 wounds. That is a critical hit if it's a 1.
Okay, so this is coming off my health, right?
Yes, sir. You've suffered 3 total wounds.
Yes. Okay, so that's going to probably send me stumbling forward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what?
Well, now we're going to include these folks real quick, right? So
yes,
you are
definitely.
now within this as these other 2 horsemen arrive on this sword fight between, I should say, one-man sword fight, right? As you and these other 2 horsemen converge, the friar, I'm not certain where you're at, friar. Are you following the knight's heel, or what are you doing?
Friar was keeping an eye on Joshua and Jax to see if he got any sense that they were in on this or not.
They're watching, somewhat confused and terrified, but the confusion looks as he barks at him, the way he does, as the knight barks at him the way he does, they look, the confusion looks legitimate, like they don't understand what the complaint is.
Then if Friar gets a sense that there would be no further betrayal from them, he would look to see is there something that could be used as like a bow staff? Is there a broom handle or
well, you could use an oar. You could use one of the marking. What do they call those things? The pole,
yeah,
right? Just the poles they use in the boats.
So Holden would grab a hold of one of those and rush into the fight with that.
Okay. Now you remember you've got 2 horsemen collapsing upon the knight that are on horseback.
I just disembarked from the boat, jumped over and looked up, and then they're hightailing it right down the shoreline to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have that much.
I'm going to raise the pole and run almost like it's almost as if I was jousting, but as I'm on foot.
Nice.
And try to smash into one of the riders. That's heading towards the knight.
I'm going to go to the other side of him, and I'm going to try to I'm going to take that blade out and go down low and hack at the horse's legs as it's passing me.
Okay, so both of you, those are both fair. So make fair rolls. Now understand, it's horseback. They're charging on horseback, so you conceivably suffer a counter.
Yeah, they could whack it. Yeah.
Holden got a 17.
Oh, okay. So you impel this. You impel this horse. You don't realize the weight of this horse, the power of this horse.
No, I was aiming for the rider. I wasn't aiming.
Oh, good. So
my goal was just like knock the rider off, like aiming just
okay.
to the center of his chest.
Okay, so the rider lifts off the horse. The horse keeps plowing by, and he comes down on his back on the ground, and he's rolling around, disoriented right now, somewhat stunned, but he's coming to his feet, looking for his weapons, right? And the other horseman now, Dale, is this
5?
Okay. As he rides by you, with a sword out, he cuts your, as you swing and he swings, he gets your shoulder for 1 wound there, Dale.
Gotcha.
As the other rider rides by you and he's wheeling his horse around, you've de-seated. What's the term they use for jousting when you knock a guy out of his saddle? Unseated, right? And he's getting up. So let's go back here to Axton, as he has struck you from behind. Mm-hmm. You're stunned, of course, and now he circles you with the sword, obviously preparing to come in for another blow.
All I can do is be on the defensive at this point. I can't. Can I see my spear?
Sure. I mean, you can go for it if you want to.
Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do. Try and make my spear.
Okay, so now we just make a fair roll. If you succeed, you'll run, snatch your spear, and avoid a hit. If you fail, you'll probably get you.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, so that's a wound. As you run for it and reach for this thing, right? He cuts your hamstring, right? With this long sword.
Oh.
I don't know where you're at
Oh,
wounds wise.
I'm not doing good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And he circles, saying, I expected more from Axton. He knows your name, right? He clearly knows who you are, right? All right, so back to Friar. As this guy's stumbling around, trying to find his, he's got his sword on his hip, but he's trying to draw it. You clearly knocked the wind out of him.
Friar's going to take another swing with the pole, aiming for his head again, with the attempt of trying to knock him out. My goal is to not to maim or anything, but just to remove him from the fight.
Okay, so now there's two ways we can do this. You can make the normal fair roll, and if you roll a 20, that you would get your wishes, or we can make it a harder difficulty, harder to hit him. But if you do, it'll indeed happen that way.
I'll take the harder roll.
Okay, so this is hard.
With body or mind?
No, this will be with mind, because you're right. You're attempting to hit him in a particular place, right?
Yep. 13.
Well, on hard, I don't think so. I think hard is 16, right?
Hard is
Yeah. Well, yours is close. Whatever you guys have is pretty darn close.
Hard here is 20.
Yeah,
So ours is different for sure. I gave you guys the wrong guide. Sorry. Hard is 20. No, 18 to 20. So you didn't. Now, so in doing so, he ducks it since you failed, and he grabs a hold of this thing, and he's got the other end of it. So now you two are like on two ends of this pole. Okay. Okay.
Okay. I'm wheeling around.
Circling you.
Yeah, he already bit into my back. I'm wheeling around to take another swing at him as he's coming around on the horse. I know he's got advantage on me because he's on a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez, it's 6.
Okay, so as he rides up again, as you try to fight a man on a horse, you take the horse hits you, knocks you back. You might suffer a wound from this horse.
Yeah.
Kind of like a trample / pommel strike on the top of your head, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
The horse that the guy I'm struggling with, that I knocked him off that horse. Did that horse by any chance travel towards Axton?
That's a good question. Yeah. Let's go ahead and make a spirit check to see if the guidance of the gods steer that horse toward Axton.
15.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it seems to be kind of sashaying around in the bushes by you, Axton, as you're circling this swordsman.
Okay. So I could make a move towards this horse, maybe make it a hasty escape if I can get onto it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's what I'm going to do then. Okay. I'll make a run for it.
It's a fair roll.
Seems so easy, right? I mean, what could go wrong?
Maybe you need to roll 2 dice. You need
advantage.
Okay, the advantage. Yeah.
Good Lord.
I got 15.
Woo! Okay, so 2 steps, and you're up onto this horse, spurring it, right? As he takes a last ditch swing at you, as you step just away up onto the horse, kicking it in the ribs as you're a bloody mess, right? I mean, you have been chopped up pretty good. He then turns his attention on the foray at the beach, right? Which is our knight and the friar and 2 horse and a man on feet. And so he's not trying to foot chase you down on this horse, right?
Okay.
So he's headed over toward you guys, right? This guy. Okay.
Okay. And do I have my spear or not?
Yes, you picked it up. You just took you just took a cut in the hamstring. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Super. So I'll make my way towards the beach. Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to wheel back around. Okay. So everybody's going to converge in this area. Okay.
As I'm like holding on to the opposite end of the pole with this
tug of war,
mercenary, and we're kind of like pulling it back and forth and seeing who's going to get advantage from it. Can I kind of try to turn, because I assume his focus would all be on me, right? The person I'm on the other end of the pole with.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, he doesn't want to be clubbed with this thing, so he's not wanting to give it up.
Can I either try to direct him or turn myself so that the pole is cutting off the horse that was just fighting with Dell? So like maybe
Yeah.
I can get the horse to run right into our pole or
Mhm.
into the person I'm.
Absolutely, yeah. It's so you just declare what you want to do. If you succeed, it'll happen. If you fail, then you may unfortunately lose that.
So
Right.
so I see the rider take the swing at Barsack, and as he continues to ride, and just before he goes to turn back towards Barsack, I'm going to try to position the guy on the other end of the pole so that the horse kind of runs into him.
Oh,
Paying
nice.
attention.
Yeah, throw him under the legs of the horse.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, nice. That's sweet. Okay, that's going to be an average. That's going to be an average effect there, right?
Okay, I rolled a 16 and then plus whatever, if it's mind or body, I've got +1 in both of those.
Okay, so yes, so he is trampled under this horse, letting go of your pole as the horse tramples over him, and he's not dead, but he takes a wound. He is trampled, this other horse now is going. That's going to give you an advantage, Dell, on this attack on this guy because his horse just got stumbled, right? So now in your
he's tangled up for right.
So you'll be
now.
at a fair level here, right?
Well, I see what he is tangled up, and I'm running over there toward. I'll have your heads for this, and I'll take a swing at him. It's 11.
That's with fair. That's a hit, right? So that's a wound.
Oh, you said fair? I was thinking average. Yeah, okay.
Oh no, fair. It would have been average, but
it dropped.
For Kevin creating a advantage there with the his horse stumbling on this body, this guy.
Okay.
And so nice hit there. Okay, so you're riding right up onto the knight fighting this mounted guy, Axton, and you see the friar just whip this pole around and throw this guy under the legs of this horse. The other gentleman you're fighting he's running toward this, but he's behind you because you're on horseback, right? So he's not going to be here for another turn.
Oh, okay.
The one that was fighting you, yeah.
Right. Well, now he's running. Now I'm on horseback and he's on foot. So I'm going to wheel the horse around and go back at him and try and trample him.
Okay, this is
I don't care if the horse gets. I don't care.
No, yeah, who cares, right? This is
It's
an
not
easy.
your horse.
It's not my horse.
Oh, gee.
Okay.
Nice.
Take it out horse like it's a rental car.
That's right. 9.
9. All right. So as you ride by this guy, right? What do you drive this spear into his chest?
Oh yeah, I drive. Yes, I just drive it right into him. And
okay.
Yeah.
He yells out, dropping one hand free of his large sword, and standing there now, recovering from this wound. All right, we're going to come back around to the friar now. You have pitched this guy under the legs of the horse.
At this point, the friar is going to kind of take a look at the situation, and give a yell to both Barsack and Axton, and say, "To the boats."
Okay. So as you look around, friar, the 2 archers that were on the barge, right? That you don't see them, right? In all this melee, you've lost track of them. You don't see them coming down the shore. They're not on the barge. You don't know where they're at. They've lost sight of them, right? The other horseman that took off after Peter, haven't seen him either, right? So right now you are literally just seeing these 3 mercs in this melee with you guys. But you do know that the two guys that were launching arrows are somewhere.
I'll be like, return to the boats. We need to check on Joshua and Jax.
Okay, we're just fighting on the shore right beside the boat anyway.
Yeah, they're right there. I mean, if they could attempt to push the boat off the shore, but you would certainly see that. But right now they're just like in the boat watching and ducking, and they don't know what the hell's Okay.
Well, we're going to finish. I have to finish off this opponent of mine before I make it to the boat. So I'm going to wheel around again and come back at him again.
Okay. So make a roll. This is now a fair attack, right? As you guys are close rank, you're close up here. And you have an advantage. That's why it's fair, because you're on a horse.
Yeah, you think so, but I rolled a 7.
You need to put that place in jail.
I think so. I think so.
The other guy, I'm still fighting him too. You know,
Okay.
when he's hitting, I know he's still on the horse.
Okay.
I'm
Now, so again, we don't have stalemates or misses. So
I know it's going to be either way.
Todd, well, I'm saying Todd suffers a wound here, right? In your attempt to hit him, this guy definitely. Yes,
I do.
So when in our combat, somebody's always going to get wounded, right? It's very lethal that way.
I'm down then.
Okay, so he as he definitely dodges your second spear strike, he drives his sword, underneath up under the up under your ribs into your armpit on the horse, and unfortunately, again, we don't have negatives, etc. So your character Axton is unfortunately dead.
Yes.
Now we still have another pre-made too, so we can introduce them, or you can take over Jack as our other pre-made or something, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, and that's not a problem. I don't know which other pre-made we have, but we can just pull that up, or you can make one real quick. You get 3 points to make a character. You just take those 3 points and put them anywhere you want in body, mind, spirit, or prestige. That's all it takes to make a character.
And to any degree you want.
Yeah, you could have all 3 in body. You could have all 3. You could.
You just have 3 points. That's all.
Yep, and you can put.
Because my guy has 5 points with a repute 3, right? I've got a 1 in body, 1 in mind, 1 in spirit, 1 in purse, 1 in combat.
Yeah, but purse is a derivative stat that's added from one of those 4 attributes.
Right.
And health is a derivative stat, so we'll derive those once you figure out your character. But yeah, so you can make Jack and just put all your points wherever you want to in his 4 main attributes. That's all it takes.
Okay, 3 points in the 4 main attributes. Okay, I'll make up Jack. Make up Jack. All right.
Okay.
Carry on. I'll get him ready.
All right. So let's get back to our combat here. So that was this guy's turn as he's finished off your friend Axton. We'll come back around to Dell, who's about to fight this horse, the final gentleman on a horse here.
Now I want to say what is he wearing armor wise?
It's basically poor grade armor, but it's leather. I mean, it is leather armor. I mean,
I was wondering if he's got any leg protection.
Not any better than I won't say a little better than a peasant, but no, nothing that's special.
Okay. Well, the leg is going to be more located to where I am, so I'm going to hack at the leg, even though it's on the side of the horse. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. 19.
Okay, so describe. Again, he as you hack at this leg, he screams out. You see the blood spurt as you must have severed the femoral artery. He begins to kick the horse in the ribs. What's left of him as he's starting to ride away, you see him slumping, and you see him topple off the horse, dead. There's one guy still left there recovering from being trampled as he's getting up there, Friar. But that guy you have killed, Dell. You have dispatched him. There's still 2 of these mercs left, right? The one that was trampled and the gentleman who's unfortunately killed Axton.
Friar is going to take a step forward and punt the guy right in the side of the head.
Okay.
Just give him a kick. And at the same time, try to call the horse, try to make like a whinny sound or what have you to beckon the horse that has Axton on the back of it towards him.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'll roll to see how well I kick this guy in the head, I guess. Oh. It's not going to show with the background. 20.
Oh,
but
so that's
I want to specify. He's not trying to kill him as he kicks him. He's just trying to knock him out. So
well, that's a critical success. So you indeed knock him out, and you wanted to draw the horse's attention. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was trying to get the horse with Axton's body on it to come towards us.
Okay. Yep. And he does. For whatever, again, like an act of God, the horse trots up towards you as you punt this guy into an oblivion, right? Unconsciousness.
Okay. And then I'm going to trust Barsack to continue any combat, and I'm going to try to get Axton's body onto the boat.
Okay.
Okay. At the time, I don't know what's happened to Axton.
Oh, what?
Since I hacked, no boy walks off it and slides off his horse, and I run over there and do a final just to make sure he's he's dead. As I'm
Okay.
twisting my sword out, I will pull myself up on his horse,
Okay.
and I'm turning it around to whip it to go toward first toward Axton, or either to go help him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The next
Yeah.
guy, and then I see Axton's body just coming
Right.
in, slumping on the horse, and that's when I'll come over there.
Yeah, and
And
there's
pull
the
up.
There's still
on
one more guy
foot
left.
is the man who killed Axton. He's coming toward you.
Okay,
And
he's
he's
still
got
there.
a-
I thought. Okay.
Oh no, he's still alive. He's
Okay, if I see him running up and I see Axton's body kind of slipping like that, I'll turn it around and aim right for him.
okay.
A run and trot. We're right at him. That's 8.
Unfair because you have an advantage. So unfortunately, he steps aside deftly, right? As maybe you
Yeah.
guys are not you've not had your legs under you for a few days, but you've been on the water, maybe, right? But as he steps aside, this swordsman's proved to be pretty adroit as he cuts again up your elbow joint as he steps aside and counters, cutting up your elbow through the shoulder.
I shall have your head for this, and then I belch up some blood as I'm going like that, and then grab myself, and my head falls over, and I slide off the horse.
Uh-oh.
and
Are
land
you
at the
dead
feet.
too?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh my God. Are you
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Right. Okay. Oh, there goes Sir Barsack, dead off the horse. So this
Oh.
guy stands looking at you now, bloodied, looking at you, Friar, as your group's down. Jack, you're standing in the boat, watching this lone swordsman cut down 2 of these guys you spent
Oh.
3 days with.
Have we got a gaff on this boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fire
Okay.
is going to, how far away did Barsack fall?
Well, he just fell off this horse, sitting not far from you, probably 15
Yeah.
feet, 20 feet.
So Friar is going to look at the remaining man and say, if your mission was to dispatch of these 2, it has been done. There's no need to take anything out on simple fisherman or a man of God who's just trying to return to London.
Yeah, he rests his sword in the sand. You can see he's badly wounded from Axton's spear shot in the shoulder. He looks up at you and he says, "The codicil, and I will leave you be." Where's the codicil?
And I don't know if Holden knows where that's at, actually.
Yeah, I never did say anything to him either. Yeah.
So I will tell him if it was a possession of Barsack, there was a winged beast that took his horse in the early dawn and flew off in that direction, and kind of vaguely point where I last remember seeing the.
Okay, make a prestige
See if he
check
believes that crap.
to see if he buys it, because winged beast. Come
No.
on, man.
4.
4. He spits blood, and looks at you and says, I do not want to end my day with the killing of a man of God, but I will. And Jack, what are you doing?
Well, that's that moment I come jumping off the boat with the gaff, and I'm attacking this guy. Screaming,
Nice. Go,
All right.
roll.
Die!
You
Okay, I got
killed my master, as Thule
you got
said the other night.
17.
Nice. Oh, explain it, because he was already wounded. That's his last wound. Explain how you
yes.
kill him.
All
Right
Right,
before the
right.
friar's thinking, "Damn, I don't know what I'm
come
gonna
overhead
do."
with the gaff, and I make a fake swing, but then I turn around and do an uppercut swing
Oh,
right into the crotch.
And he literally, he just never expected it. Right? It's like you
Yeah.
come out of nowhere. He's still standing there, kind of leaning on his sword with his wounded arm as you cut him, and from a nutsack to navel,
Yes. Yes.
from bar sack to navel.
Barsack the navel.
I knew he was wanting to
There
say
you
that.
go.
Oh, so you
All
stand
right.
now. Horses, kind of. There's a couple of horses just kind of stumbling around here. You've got Axton's body, Friar, in your
So what
next
I
to
would-
you on the horse.
Yeah, so if everything's calmed down now,
Did you make a character, Dale? You guys do want to keep playing, right?
Yeah, you're Jack and I'm Joshua.
Okay.
Okay. What's the relationship between them?
They're father and son, but they don't have
Okay,
to
that's
be.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
So, but what Friar would like to do,
You big papa.
before we carry on, and I have to take a bio break here in a minute, but
Sure.
Holden would like to, if there is no sense of threat at the moment, do a quick check through the mercenaries that have fallen and see if they have any sort of like letter of intent or anything like that on them.
They certainly have a better sword than you've got, right? They've got a better dagger.
I'm not concerned about it.
Okay.
Concerned about any of that. I'm just looking to see if there's anything on them, like a letter or a note telling them why they should be coming after us. Like if there's any instructions on any of these guys.
There is only. Can you read?
Yeah, I'm a monk. I would have been transcribing and.
So there is a note scribbled in a pretty shoddy childlike language. This guy maybe have written just well enough to jot this down. Roughly who he's supposed to be after and where they anticipated that what day. It's like a date and where they anticipated they might cut you off, right? Which was at that place downriver that you passed them, right? So they were maybe off by a few minutes, right, as you passed them. And
you said earlier that these guys were identifiably known to be folks that would have been working with.
Yes. Yes. Van Mort uses mercenaries from a lot of his dirty work. Yes.
Is there any marking on them or anything on their clothing that would have identified them as such? Like made it so
just the black. Yeah, just that they wear black, right? And they are not wearing any heraldry of. That alone, the fact that they are well armed,
but didn't
right?
Have any help.
And they have a bag full of coppers, or they've been well paid, right? Maybe equal to a silver. So that would tell you that clearly they're paid, they are well armed, and they have zero heraldry, which would mark them as an actual man of a duke or a man of a baron. The fact that they don't tells you they're definitely mercenaries, right?
Okay. So,
whether you could track this back to Van Mort, well, that's one reason to use mercenaries, right? Maybe he doesn't want you to be able to do that.
Okay.
Hard to say.
Holden is as the last member of the folks that was of the party that was coming down here is going to direct Jack and Joshua to arm themselves the best they can from what's left around here.
Mm-hmm.
To gather the coin will be donated to the church when we reach London, and to bring both Barsack and Axelton's body on board, so that we can bury it whenever we get to a more suitable, peaceful location.
Okay.
And Holden's going to keep a hold of that note, and having heard what he heard about there being a sealed document, is going to go back to the boat and begin searching to see where Barsack may have left it.
Yeah. As you rummage through his belongings, his saddlebag, you certainly find a codicil, and it is sealed with King Regiwald's, Duke Washburn's signet. Right. Okay.
I'm not going.
Who is your liege lord? He's your direct liege lord. You know Washburn. You probably you've administered. I think you said you.
Washburn had me look after the church and the town while the
Correct.
was being healed up. So I know who he is, and he knows who I am.
Yeah. So you recognize this seal, and you know this codicil was entrusted to the knight, right?
Okay. So I'll respect the seal and keep the note from the mercs.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a quick bathroom break.
Yes. Anybody else? Bathroom break?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Back in a second.
You got it. All right. Okay.
And we're back.
So now we just need. Now I can roll another seed as we keep playing, or you guys can roll another seed. That's 3 seeds so far.
Okay.
We're not even off the river page yet.
just to let you know, I've got half an hour left.
Sure,
I
sure.
can do. Okay.
No sweat, no sweat.
Well,
Okay,
Go ahead.
I think I hear Dell rolling anyhow. So go ahead, Dell.
oh, Dell, are you rolling? Okay.
I rolled a 12.
12.
No, excuse me. No, that's a 10. I don't know
A
why I
10.
was- Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Fascinating. Okay, gents. So you are looting the bodies. You're looking at the boat. Jack and his son, or Joshua, are.
Oh, I thought I was a son.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're the son, right, Jack? Yeah.
Is Jack the son? Really?
Yeah, actually,
Jack's the
Jack
son.
is.
Joshua
That's
was
right.
the captain. Jack was the son.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, okay. Do you mind taking the dad?
No.
Yeah, do that because I've already got a character in mind for the son.
Yeah, we'll
Alright.
just change. We'll just change the. I mean, the names will stay the same. We'll just make. Jack the father.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay.
Jack would have been the father. Josh was the 11-year-old boy.
All right.
Fryer's main concern is just to get Barsack and Axleton's body on board and carry on down the river.
Okay.
The intention is still to get to London and deliver the sealed document. We may not
Okay.
be able to do the war machine or the siege weapons, but we can at least deliver the message.
Okay.
You see Joshua over there tugging on some leather armor as well as having that short spear. That there is Barsack has the chainmail, by the way, as well as a large sword, and it's a good sword too.
Okay.
You can certainly loot. The mercenaries have good armor.
Do they?
Yeah.
All right.
So of these 3 bodies, you're bound to find armor that'll fit you and a sword. The sword is a good sword too.
Anybody trying to loot Barsack, I think, will be told to back off.
Yeah.
Because
The knight?
yeah.
Jack would not try. Yeah, he wouldn't try and do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so good armor, good sword, and it's what kind of chain armor? The merc
Yeah,
shop?
whatever you want it to be. It's entirely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his chain.
Chain armor.
But it's
Okay.
good quality, which
Good
means
chain armor.
you're going to have a comment. Now, what's your body rating?
1.
So 1 + 4 is 5 health, right? So it's a 4 plus your body is 5 health. Your combat
Right.
rating is your body plus your good armor, your good weapon. So your combat rating will be 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. 3. Now, if you get a shield, if you get Axton's shield, that'll give you a 4 again, because his shield is good, right?
Had Joshua taken that?
No, I hadn't taken it.
Yeah, Axton's fully up to be looted. The knight, I don't think
Okay,
Fryer would allow
all
the
right.
knight to be looted.
Right.
Well, he only had leather armor, so I'll leave the shield for you. All right.
Okay.
For
Well, I mean, I
Joshua.
got the spear. If you don't want it, I'll take the shield too. But
No, take the spear and the shield. That's what I'm saying.
okay.
And he only had leather. Axton only had leather armor. I guess it doesn't really make much of a difference, does it?
No, it's
No,
just-
all that matters in the game is whether it's poor, good, or excellent quality. So
Right,
you can
right.
have leather that's excellent, and it'll be as
Right.
good as chainmail that's excellent. right?
Okay. All right.
It's the quality of the gear that gives you the bonus.
Right. Okay.
Right.
And what's your purse based upon?
The purse is based on, you get 1 purse plus your prestige. So if your prestige is 2, your purse would
Okay.
be a 3, right?
Okay. Well, I put my prestige at 0, so.
So your purse is 1 right
1.
now,
Yep,
right?
all right.
Yeah. So that means your prestige, yeah. So you basically, you're a serf, right?
Yep. Yep.
Basically, right now, as you level up, this will get, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And repute, I'm not certain I can give any repute for that initial combat right now, because many died, and
Well, I saw him finish off the final.
that's right.
The final guy.
But he's dead anyway.
A common fisherman came down and avenged the knight.
Right. Yeah, that's significant. Yeah, we're going to give you a repute, Todd, for that.
All right.
So you get 1 more point to spend on those 4 attributes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Avenge
so I
the
have-
night.
And now you're a repute. You'll be a repute 4 total. That's your level, right?
Oh, I have. Okay.
Because you had 3
4.
points, which made you repute 3, and you just earned a repute for
Okay.
as witnessed by the friar. He will tell the tale of the brave fisherman who avenged the night. That's brilliant. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll add that to body then. So body will be 2. So that's going to take my health up by 1 more.
Yep. So that goes to
Okay.
6, and,
And
your
your-
combat.
and your
shit,
combat.
Combat.
And
goes
your
up by
combat's
1.
going to go up another 1. Yeah, that's
Okay.
sweet.
Cool.
So Jack now is becoming pretty badass.
Yeah.
Does the friar go up at all, or is he staying as the 3 for me?
Yeah, right now I'm not certain. Yeah, you have to do something of high repute. That's
Okay.
yeah, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the dragon attack. That was pretty significant. Yeah, we'll give you a repute. Let's do it. Let's do it for really for the dragon attack, right?
I will add.
Because they would have been doomed. That dragon would have waylaid their asses.
Okay, so I will add 1 to my spirit then.
Okay.
Bring my spirit to 2, and then I add 1 to health. Do I?
No. Health only goes up with
that would
body.
be if I went to body. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Yep. Okay. But your spirit now with your holy symbols, pretty significant bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what did I roll for our random seed generator to get going here?
I think it was a 10.
Okay. So you're taking, I'm assuming you're going to take Jack and Joshua's boat because it was not ever damaged and it was their original boat, correct?
Yeah.
Are you guys want to try to take both boats?
No, just a 1.
Set the other one on fire and put the body in it.
Okay.
Actually, that's a great idea. Let's put all the mercenary bodies into that one instead of the flame.
And during this period, as you keep eyes on the woods, etc., you don't see Simon, you don't see Peter, and you haven't seen the 2 archers. So who knows where that other horseman and archers went? But they haven't come back down to this area. So you get into the river without any incidents, right? Back on the river.
Okay.
Almost a half day's journey, you finally hit the confluence of the Thames River, and you know you have to make a left-hand turn into the Thames River to head to London, which is another day or so journey, maybe 2 days journey down the Thames. Again, none of you have ever been, so it's hard to say. You don't really know. You're not certain, but you'll recognize London by its size and its outlying districts, right? As you know that this is a big city.
Being from London.
Yeah.
Holden instantly recognizes home.
So as you hit the confluence of the river, now we're about midday, right? You guys started really early. You spy a couple of vessels that are a foreign make, and they're in the Thames coming up behind you. They have large, strange, striped-shaped sails. They have long ships with bows. They have rows. They're moving pretty quick. I don't know, maybe Friar, let's make a mind check for you, Friar, at average.
19 plus 1, 20.
Okay. Oh, nice. So you're instantly, sir, with a critical success, you know these are the Sea Peoples. You've heard these stories. You may have seen evidence of the Sea Peoples in their raiding parties. And you are having been in London, you know well they like to try to hit London and the Thames. So behind you, coming now from the west toward up the Thames, as you break into the confluence and turn left, headed to downstream in the Thames, 2 of these ships, Viking ships, are
longboats.
just out. Yeah, longboats, right? Just out of. I mean, you can just see them, but you recognize them immediately, Friar, as Sea Peoples, and this can't be good. And that is random seed. That was my random seed 10, gents.
It worked before. Friar is going to see this. He's going to call to Joshua and Jack to raise the sails to full. He's going to grab a hold of his holy symbol and just pray to make as much haste to outrun this ship to London so he can warn them that there's Vikings coming.
Joshua gets wide-eyed when he takes sight of what you're pointing at.
So this will be the first time that any of them have seen me take the actual holy symbol out, because I have not used it before. I've been keeping it in my robes.
Right.
So there's this golden orb with a cross on the top of it. It's very ornate, way more beautiful than anything that I should probably be rightfully holding. But I unwrap it from its rags and hold it up to pray.
Okay. And you will not have to make a roll. You've done this before, and you did this before with less. So it's a deal for you, automatic deal, right? Okay. So
Joshua Holy Father.
Yeah.
He starts, when he sees it and pauses, then he'll start yanking on the thing to make sail.
And so my hope as I'm praying here is that we can make make haste to reach London before the before the Vikings do.
Okay. You travel all day, most of the night, and they don't seem to make ground on you, etc. Matter of fact, at some point they may have picked another target along the shores of another smaller village. They don't always take on the big boys, right? They may be raiding or pillaging something else along the Thames, but they don't appear to catch you. By late night, you begin to see the lights and the fires of the outlying districts of London. You recognize it as dots on the horizon along the river. You see plainly. All of you recognize what a campfire or what a firelight looks like as you light them in Dredgewater as well. But it's a large mass of lanterns and fires, etc. You know now that, and it seems to drag on for miles as you float down the Thames, coming into the docks of London. And a lot of boats, lots of noise, lots of light, reeks of humanity, right? As their sewage spills freely into the Thames. The Brits, barbarians, really?
Yeah. I know.
They aren't refined like us Americans and Canadians.
to throw it in, weigh anchor at the dock, or tie into the dock.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, and I've got a random seed gen here. That was nice. You avoided that Viking thing. I'm going to roll one for London chart. I've got a London chart random seed. As you guys arrive, now you have a goal, but these random seeds kind of can get in the way of the goal. It's kind of cool. 10. I rolled another 10 on this chart. Oh, nice. Okay, so you arrive in the dark. It's hard to say what time, but you've been going for 10, 12 hours. So it's probably midnight, 1 in the morning as you arrive in the dock, exhausted. Yeah. There are some people still mingling about as the big city, but many asleep, right? Yeah. And you well know where the cathedral is, Friar. You would know where King Edmund's castle is, his seat. You two, on the other hand, you've never seen anything like this, right? Including the dragon. You've never seen it. It's like this is the greatest adventure.
So Friar would offer them to come to the chapel to rest, and we then try to seek audience with the king in the morning.
Okay.
Seek audience with the king, Father? And then I look down and try to straighten myself up, almost like brushing myself off, and then I'm enamored with you right now from holding that.
I give him a little smack upside the head. He's just a man like us.
With the holy hand grenade.
Don't be so smitten, lad.
With the holy hand grenade. Right? I honestly thought of trying to spin that way somewhere, but I was like, no.
No, sorry.
That's awesome.
But I get it. I get up, and you can tell as a youth, I'm calling you Father now, and you know what I mean. And we're going into meet the king. You hear that, Father Jack?
Yes. And I am not overly impressed with kings and such. I know they are just men like us who've just been fortunate enough to be put on a higher pedestal by the.
But he can lead us to many fishes.
Our
nets will be full from here.
They're all just men under God. He eats, sleeps, defecates like the rest of us.
That's right. Just like the rest of us. All right, we'll go see this king in the morning or whenever you wish. Yes.
Are you taking them to the abbey, the cathedral? Where are you going here?
Taking them to the abbey.
Okay.
I know the abbey will have rooms for us to stay at.
Mm-hmm. They greet you at 2 or so in the morning as you work your way through London town and find the abbey. You are reminded as you arrive here that there is untold business that you had hoped to do, right, at some point as well here, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if the abbot would be awake at this hour.
No, not at this hour. But there are monks, and there, yeah. But no, he would not yet be.
So I would let the folks know that in the morning I would like to speak with the abbot. The abbot's how I'm going to hopefully get an audience with the king.
Okay.
But I'd like to speak with the abbot first in the morning.
Okay. This is as the friar is comfortable, well knows. I mean, this is this is fairly stripped Spartan, accommodations. These are men of God, right? So for the fishermen though, you're still in stone temples. It's still, compared to the dredgewater, backwater bogs hole that you guys have lived in a hut probably, or sleeping on your boat. This is still epic, right? As you pass through these large arched doorways and beautiful stained glass, even at night with the flickering torches and lamps.
Yeah, I'm not getting any sleep, just being
It's
enamored with the whole.
awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
Jack is trying. I am truly impressed, but I'm trying my best not to look impressed in front of the boy.
Right.
All right.
Well, I've
I
degraded
don't want
from
him to get
calling
any
you
lofty
father to
ideas about
Jack.
taking off to the big city. Right. So,
You notice I'm calling you Jack and him father now. All right. So it's kind of, that pendulum swung a little bit.
Yeah, I see where this is going.
Father Holden. That's great. I love it. Okay, so we only got a few minutes here for Todd, so I don't want to run Todd over. So let's. You guys want to stop here, or do you want to get to the Abbot?
Let's get the Abbot.
Let's speak with the Abbot in the morning.
Okay.
And then if Jack or Josh want to kind of maybe speak to what they would like to do over the next little bit. I kind of described what Fryer wants to do, but maybe get an idea of what those two motivation would be over the next little bit, and then we'll pick it back up when we speak with the Abbot.
Okay.
Very well. Very well.
I'm in the room, but I'll finally go to sleep with a smile on my face after laying there fidgeting for a while, So I'll get my.
And I'm just lying there. All I'm thinking is, oh, I've lost my boy. Oh,
The sin of the big city.
Our nets will be full, Father.
How can the sin of the big city take my son in such a holy place?
That's right. Who's going to help me with the boat now? I mean, gosh.
Well, you're going to have more kids, Todd.
More kids, yeah.
More grandkids, more kids.
Actually, I just had my 11th grandchild.
Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations.
This week, just 2 days ago. Daisy is her name.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Congrats, man.
Thank you. She's in Vancouver and doing
that's
well.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I think the name of the boat that we took down here was called Daisy.
Yeah.
It got us here safely.
There you go.
There you go.
That's right.
The Daisy.
The Daisy Dew was the name of your boat, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. So I guess if I guess as a possible motivation for myself, if I feel that my son now he's not going to carry on the family tradition of being a fisherman, and there's nobody else coming up.
He has aspirations
Yeah, I don't know why, but I get the feeling he's on the road to being a thief.
Something like that. It's like, what am I going to
some low-level punk thief, right?
What am I going to do? Maybe Mrs. Jack is just not going to see her husband and son come back. I don't know. But we'll see.
She'll come back changed.
Right.
Yeah, come back changed. Yeah. Exactly.
Pretty harrowing trip for a couple of fishermen and a lowly friar, right? Already, right? Dragons.
Who knows what the king will say whenever he reads that? Oh, yes, assuming we can get to the king to read that letter.
Right.
He may send us off in a different direction. Who knows?
Right. That's right.
That's right.
Do you guys have any feedback for us? It was a little clumsy at first for me, as these are slightly different random seeds for me, as I used a couple of different styles here, so that was a little clumsy for me. But how did it feel?
Felt great. Looks like it's pretty easy to run.
Yeah. Oh, all I got to do is say roll up.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Now,
I like
do you like doing all the rolls, or do you prefer the GM rolling some?
I GM rolling some. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
think for the seeds, having the GM roll the seeds is good, because us knowing whether it's a 9 or a 12, since we can't see your seed generator, doesn't tell us anything.
That's right. But if you roll the 3, shit, I've just doomed us.
Yeah.
Right? If I rolled the 3, you wouldn't. Right. Yeah.
But do we want to know the stakes, or do we want that to be unveiled?
Right.
I've been playing Ironsworn. It's like a solo RPG.
Yeah, I own that. It's very cool.
And I really like the it's got a section where you basically can just roll like 2 words, and then you figure out your scenario off those 2 words.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you like roll a D100 twice, and you're like, okay, I got boat and storm. And
yeah,
like,
that's awesome.
That obviously goes together in some way.
Yeah.
But as far as like getting seeds, because you were saying that you're finding it kind of awkward because you are using new seeds, maybe instead of having.
Oh yeah, because I
actual-
love the random. I've been doing this for I did this for our white box sessions, etc. I've been using random seeds for months, but I tried a new one where I introduced something to the PC that the PC isn't aware of until I roll it. So the codicil was a random seed, right? So that's kind of awkward, because how do I say, okay, Dale, the codicil that you were in charge of is now lost? Dale's like, what codicil, right? So I thought it would be kind of fun to introduce some kind of personal item that they would, but again, then it puts the player in a what codicil. So I'm not certain that was as effective as just random.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
And if your players, they'll, and they're the kind of players that
Play alpha.
Yeah, they're gonna roll with it.
They're gonna roll with it, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah, I think that's been kind of
that could have changed. That could have changed the whole thing today. We could have been chasing after the dragon to try to get that codicil.
Right.
Well, and the other thing is, I wrote at the bottom for the codicil. So I have 3 different codicils on the chart. Of course, I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say because hopefully we'll play another game. So since you have the codicil in your possession, I don't want to spoil the other major thing about the codicils. But that's. Anyway, and then of course Peter and Simon were a random roll. Peter and the fishing boats are traders setting up an ambush for the Van Mort mercenaries. So you guys hit that one, and then the dragon, and then the other one was the sea peoples, which you managed to navigate beautifully away from with the cells and the holy symbol, right? So no sweat there. Yeah. Fairly lethal, right? Because there is no way to escape a wound. Either you hit and wound them, or you get potentially wounded. It's dangerous.
Well, how did y'all like that aspect as far as passing the narrative back and forth? And I know we're talking about combat right now, but it just flows back and forth.
That worked. It's just getting a little used to it. That's all.
Yeah.
Right?
Once you establish characters and you establish the context of the world, it's so easy, because the players just say what they're doing, and I just respond almost like it's just a back and forth conversational role playing, right?
And it has like what Kevin did, even with the horse, or even letting the cells down to catch the wind, and then praying for the wind. He was like, oh, I think he just saved our bacon. I mean, there was a little bit of a sigh of relief whenever he said that. I was like, oh, that's good.
So there's no lists of clerical spells or anything like that. Right?
Nope. And like in your mind, if you choose to put points in mind, and you decide you want that to be because you're an alchemist, and however you present either sleight of hand or magic, you create magic.
Okay, I like it.
Because no matter what, it always is going to come down to a difficulty roll, right? So if you say you want to achieve this thing and you cast this fireball, well, the fireball is going to do 1 damage unless you roll a 20, which is double damage, 2 wounds. But you say you also want to catch something on fire. That might then elevate the difficulty of the fireball 1 notch, because you want to do more with the fireball, or you want to, so we aren't limiting players in their creativity in any way. The system limits by how much damage you can do anyway. The system's going to limit by the difficulty that you create. You create as high a difficulty as you want by, praying to God to bring wind to the cells of the. You can either escalate up the difficulty or down, depending on how clever or how difficult or how much you want to succeed at. Right.
Right.
For instance, if Kevin goes to the abbot and wants to push his weight around a little bit, and the difficulty is already tough because the abbot is far higher prestige, he's the head of the area, and let's say he wants to push his weight around a little bit. I mean, if he's a different character, that's not the character Kevin's playing. He's playing a different character. But let's say he was, his prestige would be dramatic negative impact upon him because he has none, right? But if, let's say, he had a high prestige acolyte with good spirit, he could go nose to nose with a bishop, right, in an argument, or So it's just, you look at those attributes as your actual value to the world. It makes you relevant. Unlike D&D, where the numbers there's not really a relevance to it except in the math formula toward your damage or your hit points, but you're not necessarily relevant to the world. And in this, you are utterly placed into relevance on how much you put into body, mind, spirit.
Right.
And then you're free to say, I'm all about mind, man. I'm all about logic. I'm all about, and how you play it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I could see this really working well too with people that haven't been exposed to role
That's
playing
right.
games before.
Yeah, because they
Right.
can, whenever they dream up, there's no rules to say, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, you don't have to go, well, we're using Vancian magic and da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And your bonus here and there, right? It's just what do you want to do? Right.
Yep.
And then narration on both sides. So
It's almost like a liberating freedom.
yeah,
it is for me.
it is. I could see this. I have some friends who've been kind of like, I don't know if I want to do role playing games, but I'm trying to find something that like this would work, I think.
Yep.
For them.
Yeah.
Because they could wrap their head around this.
That's right.
Here.
Like AIA or IDW too. It's so simple. So simple. All you need is a D6, roll the dice, roll a 5, you get it, right? Yeah, those are great games. They do the same thing, right? There's a little more traditional steps and procedures in AIA and IDW that I, for the most part, ignored in our Conan game and in our 2061 games with Dell and Donnie, and I pretty much ignored those steps in those one-page. Those are one-page RPGs, but they're brilliant. I think they're brilliant because again, but I think it's amazing because we talked about this. I think Dell talked about this. Inexperienced role players are really good at this, and experienced role players are really good at this.
Yes,
because it just the more experience you have, the easier this kind of thing is, and the inexperienced you have, you can't make a mistake
because they're not bringing any preconceptions to it.
That's right.
Right,
Exactly.
they're not working against those preconceptions.
Right.
And even I think the more you've played, even if you play complex games, the barrier for entry for just a casual player or somebody you're trying to introduce is so high that your player pool that you're drawing from, you can never get a game going, so those guys that's really been in it a long time default to the OSR. That's why I believe it's coming back into vogue because there's an openness to it,
Yeah. Well, OSRs are couple things: cheap and simple.
Yep.
And universal. My God. I can pick up basic fantasy and then turn around and pick up Blue Homes and with I can just peruse Blue Homes and remind myself of a couple of key changes. But we're basically playing the same game, right? With some minor tweaks, right? And but yeah, I agree. I mean, if I were to say 2D20 Conan tomorrow night, dude, I mean, there's a handful of human beings that are capable of playing 2D20 Conan. Because it's that, I mean, it's the crunchiest thing I've seen. That and 2D20 Start, those are crunchy as hell, right? Those are crazy, brilliant, but freaking.
And you spend half the game time flipping pages.
Yeah, and it's a meta game. The 2D20 creates a meta game because you can actually manipulate the math by spending points, etc. So you end up meta a lot because you step outside character to make game decisions that will affect your options. Here, my goal is for Kevin to literally be his character and just say, I pull out my holy symbol and I pray to the gods that we get wind. That's all he would have had to say. And I would have said, dude, that's +3, make a spirit check. Right. Simple. Boom. He's rolling the dice. He doesn't even have to tell me his goal. Right. He said it. Yeah. He says it. So the goal is to get people in a conversational, in character, and then those things activate simple dice checks. And we know what you're trying to do by how you describe it. When you said, I'm looking for cover, that's a mind check. You're using your brain to find cover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're more in the immediate moment to role play what you would do instead of having to double check and see if it was approved or not.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you can't really break it because the worst thing that happens is I say, make a die roll and it's nigh impossible or it's super easy. Or like this last one with Kevin, he didn't have to make that roll a second time. I'm not going to double jeopardy the roll to get the wind up in the sails. He's done it. He's done it already effectively. Now he's even more powerful because he's upped his spirit. No sweat. That's an automatic, right? So now we're just playing, right? We're just characters in the world playing. Yeah.
Yeah. You only really need to call for a roll whenever it's questionable.
Yeah. The only thing I think that really takes us, and I'm going to say even me, because even in all of my playtesting locally, I haven't had a whole lot of combats, is getting players used to the idea that the combat never ends. It's not really a turn-based combat. It is you're narrating what you do because you started initiative by saying I'm going to attack that guy.
Right.
And then you roll the dice, and either you're going to cause the wound, or I'm going to take over narration, cause the wound, and then I'm going to make you roll again and again and again until either one of us withdraws. I mean, you could have surrendered, of course. You didn't have to die. You could have dropped to your knees and surrendered at his mercy or something, right? But there is no stalemate. There's no chance you're going to buy extra time by missing or being missed.
It's the telling blow who
It's-
gets it, and the
it's-
sway of battle.
Right. And however you narrate that is completely true, because the die roll is just going to determine who gets wounded.
It's almost like a movie. You can envision it in front of the mind's eye happening.
Yeah.
More so with the pace
Yep.
and having to step back and say, okay,
Just getting used to having that power.
Right. And you
Yeah.
could have, I mean, you could have narrated,
Narrative
oh, I
power.
step forward and I drive my spear at his chest. And then you
Right.
roll the dice and you say, oh, I failed. And I'd say he deflects your, spear away and he finishes by, planting his sword in your shoulder. And then you say, I spin back around with my spear and kick him in the nuts. And we roll, no, he cuts your foot as you try to kick him in the nuts. And
from
so it's this,
Barsack.
right, Barsack, right? So, I mean, it could literally just be this folding. And the
tale,
same,
but
and by the way,
Barsack.
that's exactly the true with all of our negotiations. You'll
Yeah.
just be in a
Yeah.
negotiation. At some point, I'll call for a roll, or we can actually have a combative negotiation.
Right.
I mean, you guys could have addressed these guys and attempted through prestige to draw down the Van Morts, right? The knight with his power of prestige might have intimidated the Van Morts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
So,
Well, gents, I gotta get going,
thank you, guys.
but it was a
really
lot of
appreciate
fun.
it, guys.
It was fun.
Okay, and
Yeah.
hopefully we can do this again very soon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully next week it's one of you two,
Well,
right?
okay, I was just thinking about that. Yeah, Kevin, would you be okay for running your game next week? Because it's been over a month since you ran yours, and I really could use more getting my head back
Prep
in
time.
prep time. Yeah.
Yeah, we can work something out for that. I have to go get myself back in my own headspace, but yeah, mine's all prep, so it's not a big deal that way.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's go with that. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yep. It was a pleasure.
Yep.
Talk to you all later.
All right,
Ciao.
guys. Thank you.